Okay. Okay, good afternoon everybody. I'm John Lancaster. I'm here today to present about a digital communication platform called WebEx, the new solution for tomorrow, and we can implement it today. So I work for Oishi Sushi. I'm the National Marketing Manager, and I want to introduce a new online digital process for our business. So look, I haven't met all of you. Can I just get a quick idea of your name and your function within our company? So can I start with yourself?
Right. So my name is Nabi, and I manage the Perth store.
Ah, the Perth store, other side of our big country. Okay, nice to meet you. Look forward to working with everyone today in this presentation. Okay, so an introduction to WebEx. So basically, our company's expanding. We've got 25 stores and we're growing all across Australia, so nationwide. Now, one of the key pillars to our success will be communication. We're all spread across a big distance. We've all got different time zones. It's difficult to fly back and forth having meetings. And the only way we really know what's going on is to communicate. Now, and part of this involves change to the way we do things. So we've been using conventional techniques. We send emails, we fly to Sydney, we fly to Melbourne, we have a face-to-face meeting, and we send faxes sometimes, and we share minutes of meeting as well. So what I want to do is explain WebEx to you, and the objective of doing that is to give you an understanding of the tool itself. I want you to understand the benefits and the features of the tool, and this will enable us to together understand how we can implement it into our business to facilitate our daily communication processes. All right, so the contents of this lesson or introduction is to tell you about the tool, describe the features and benefits, do a practical demonstration of how to log in and at least get to start to schedule a meeting, and then we'll do some self-practice to ensure you understand it. Some housekeeping. There's restrooms out the door to the right. You'll see male and female down the way. I think the room is fairly bright. If anybody, the air conditioning's on, if anyone feels uncomfortable or can't see the screen properly, just let me know and we'll adjust one of those parameters. A key thing today is the cybersecurity policy. So because we're working with an online tool that has an email address attached to it and you have to use a password, please ensure you use the minimum 12-character password with a mix of upper and lowercase characters and some special, like a hashtag or an asterisk, those kinds of features in your password. Okay, let's move on. So, WebEx, what is it? So basically it's an online communication tool manufactured by a company called Cisco, an American technology provider, and they're based in California. So WebEx, it's a cloud-based tool, so it's not a fixed device. It exists on the internet. And more businesses are using tools where they can just log onto a website while they're sitting in an airport or sitting in the lounge room at home and be able to contact other business colleagues. This is the way of the future in businesses around the world. All right, features and benefits. So its features, it's got an intuitive meeting scheduler. So once it knows that you start to choose meetings in the middle of the month, it starts to proactively prompt you to schedule your next meeting. You can share the screen. So if you make a PowerPoint presentation, similar to what I've done here, you can put it on WebEx and be able to share your message with many colleagues. So remote access, we mentioned that, airports, hotels, conferences. Now it also has a conference calling feature, so it's not just a one person to one person, you can have multiple parties all communicating and taking on the information. And it's got a free trial. So we can try this tool within our company. Now the scope of the features are constantly being added to as users provide feedback. All right, benefits. So it saves time in planning. You don't have to send out a meeting scheduler in Outlook or send an email. You can do it all in this tool with one click. Now, all the files can be stored in one place. So you can record the meetings, you can put your PowerPoint on there. No more having to go through various share drives or USB thumbsticks. You don't waste time travelling in airports. Saves money because you can just do this in the office and communicate with other people without everyone having to go and book hotels or book airfares and then submit expenses. This has no infrastructure. Like I said, it's cloud-based. There's no physical device, so no setup. Log on and go. And extra features available in the future that make the work collaboration within our company easier. So WebEx solves the problem of us communicating across a large nationwide organisation. Now, have any of you used any digital communication tools before?
I think I did. I use Skype to communicate with my family and friends.
Okay. You probably use Line as well sometimes, do you?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
Oh, that's good to hear. So that means you've got some sort of experience with online tools to talk to other people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll move into a run through of how to log on to WebEx and get a password and so forth. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to run you through this and then we'll do a practical demonstration. So you can see the access URL, webex.com, pretty easy. And you'll see a button that shows try the meetings for free. That's the one we're going to click. Then we add some form controls. So we've got some various details like your name, company email. Don't forget the password policy, please. You can agree to the terms. If you want to join to their email subscription, you're more than welcome to do that. And then finally, you can create the account. Once we've done that, an activation email will be sent into your inbox. So you can open up the email, click activate, and then a new browser window, which is like this, will pop up. And that's where you put your password in, you sign in, and there's some other options if you like, such as remaining logged in. Then you'll come to a welcome bar where it welcomes you, shows your name. You can change your profile. Once that's done, press done. You go to the next screen, which takes us into scheduling the meetings. Okay. So we will go into this in more detail in another lesson, but for now, these are the various steps we'll go through, and then next I'll get you to share your screen and we'll do these things together. Okay, so let's do that. We'll share the screen over to you, please, Natalie. And let's get you to log on to WebEx. I'll disconnect my screen. Okay, if you can show us your screen. Okay, you've obviously got the Wi-Fi laptops ready to go, so you're good. All right, if you type in WebEx, www.webex.com, that's it. Okay, and go to your Try Meetings Free button.
Okay.
All right, down here you can choose your country. In this case, let's please choose Australia.
Australia.
Or that's the, or maybe,
Yeah.
there it is, yeah.
Australia. There.
Perfect.
Okay.
And put your first and last name in. Okay, then start your free trial.
Are all of these required fields?
If you don't mind, you can just put, they're not required, no, so just, let's go down, and then submit.
Okay.
My apologies, let's,
Okay.
Yep, that's perfect, 21, yep. And then my organisation, that's right. And how close you're just determining your needs, that's correct. Okay, let's press submit. Okay, this won't take too long, it should just cycle through. I think that's changing, isn't it? I saw some. I think we've had a technical glitch here. Okay, that's okay. What we might do is, could you perhaps try opening up another new browser of webex.com, please? Okay, try meetings free. Let's just try it one more time. Okay, let's just leave the country. I'll leave the country as it is. And just type in those, your name again and your last name, please. And put your company name in there and your email address. Okay, put your password in relation to our company policy, please. And then re-enter it. Okay, and then I think you've got to enter that, entering that captcha there. They can be a bit difficult to read sometimes, I think.
Okay.
And then agree to the termship. And then create the account. Oops. Let's see, click on the create account.
Correct capture, okay.
Must have been a lowercase v. The position makes it difficult. Okay, perfect. So I think if you go into your email inbox there, please, Natalie. Just opening up the email, so it'll come up in a second for us. Okay, so you've got your activation email there, so press activate. Perfect. I think the Wi-Fi is a little bit slow in here today, Natalie. Perhaps the Sydney local. So, that's, you've made some progress. Entering your password there. Sign in. I think it's because we're in the Sydney office, Natalie. The Wi-Fi is not as good as Perth or something like this.
Maybe Perth is even slower than this.
Is it really? Okay, we might have to upgrade our. Okay, so that's your basic profile. So you can put a photo and you can enter more details. We'll do that later. Let's just press done for now. Okay, now we're not actually going to book a meeting now, but I'll just take you to the next step because we're going to continue this in another lesson when we've got more time. But to actually then now start a meeting, then you choose either to meet now or best of all, press on that schedule there for me, please, Natalie. Okay, and that's where you can go in and actually pick a meeting time and invite people and so forth. So what we'll do now is we'll connect back to my laptop. Okay, so we've just completed the self-practice of all of us logging into WebEx. We've gone through all of those phases. So now that I've explained WebEx, do you have any questions?
Yeah, can we record a meeting and watch it later?
Absolutely, that's the benefit of one of these things. Now, because you're in Perth, you're 2 hours behind us on the East Coast. So if we're going to have an early morning meeting, which is not practical for you to get out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, we can have our meeting, we can record it, and then virtually you can go and have a look at that when you get into the office 2 or 3 hours later. And then we can also use that meeting, you can show your staff as well, okay, if the contents are applicable to them. So yes, you can record them and share. So I just ran you through the process of logging into WebEx and creating a password and following the links. I know we had a little technical glitch, but otherwise just the process looked fairly easy.
Yeah, it is quite easy, pretty straightforward, I would say. Looking forward to the next lesson.
Okay, that's good to hear. Okay. All right, and I guess now that you've got your own WebEx account, how do you think you could use it within our Oishi Sushi business?
Well, where possible, I can share presentations with my team. Yeah, that would come in handful.
Oh, that's a good idea. I mean, that's the idea of it, isn't it? To cascade information. That way people know what they're doing and how the team or how the company's performing. All right, so let's wrap up. So we've shared some questions with each other, asked what you think and what you think of the process. So I guess now everyone can now access WebEx and log into the website. You've all demonstrated that you know what to do. You can all follow the cybersecurity policy. You all know how to choose a calendar or record a password and so forth. So that's really, really good. So you have fulfilled the objectives of what you wanted to achieve during this lesson. I.e. you've learnt about WebEx, you understand its features and benefits, and you can see how we could use this in our business. All right, any final questions before we close off?
Yeah, I think we need face-to-face meetings sometimes. Technology cannot overcome personal touch.
I completely agree with you, Natalie. I think maybe these WebEx meetings could become a monthly meeting, but we still need to have those quarterly face-to-face get-togethers where we all come together and be able to share. I completely agree with you. Okay, so the next steps, we're going to have a meeting again 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. We will then proceed a bit further with actually scheduling a meeting and setting it up so you can learn more about it. Now we need to do this, otherwise Oishi Sushi cannot take advantage of this fantastic online digital communication tool. It's the way we're going to communicate in the future. Flying between states, getting up at 3 AM to catch a flight is not good for business. Let's move forward with this new tool. Thank you everyone for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.